Hi there, Tad Hargrave from Marketing for Hippies. It's been a while since... What the... Alright. It's been a while since I've done a video, and this is something that came to me while I was on the road leading workshops. And it's an idea that's still forming, I guess, but solid enough to share anyways. And here's where it comes from. When I was in the UK, one of the beautiful things you see in the UK is such old architecture. Most of the buildings, I was often joking with people, said are older than my country, which is maybe 160 years old. And in the UK, most things, much older. And one of the things I would see a lot, and if you live, in some part of the world where they have these things, you see these arches, and they're made with stones. And of course, in the middle of it, there's this keystone, I think it's called. And that's the thing that allows it to actually stay up, to not fall over. It's the thing where the two sides meet. And I imagine it's a feat of immense planning and care to get these things to come together. And how do you do it without them, brilliant work of the stonemasons. But so this is the most visible thing, and if we can imagine, this is what I'll call marketing, or the market. Same. This is the marketplace. This is marketing. This is the market itself. But the thing that holds up the two sides, these cornerstones, these pillar stones, I don't know what the technical term is, we can imagine that there are these two, and one of them is sustenance, and the other one is goodwill. So goodwill and sustenance. Where those two meet, that's the marketplace. That's marketing. The fact that they meet is, one of the miracles of being alive, is that we can somehow have our relationships and community and goodwill meet our need to sustain ourselves. And sustenance in every way you could understand this. Physically, financially, emotionally, spiritually, culturally, socially, that we're sustained. That those two things come together. And particularly when we're talking about marketing, we're talking about economically and physically, that we're sustained. So let me come at this from another way, because one of the places that people get stuck so often in marketing is they say, or they feel torn between, I either do something that works, but I can't sleep well at night, or I do something that feels good, and I can sleep well at night, but I'm broke. And it feels like a real choice that you have to make. I either do the thing that works, or I do the thing that feels good. And of course, it's not a choice. They work better together. And if we go back to this, the goodwill, that's the thing. Those are the things that feel good. Sustenance. This is what works. And so marketing is this kind of marriage. It's the leaning together of what feels good and what actually works to sustain ourselves. It's those two things. Those are the two pillar stones. It's why, on my website and my day-long workshop, the real theme is marketing can feel good. In fact, marketing needs to feel good. Because when we talk about marketing, I think what most people go to is, well, it has to work. It has to be effective. But also I've seen on the other side where people say, well, it's just got to feel good. As long as it feels good, that's the important thing, but it doesn't work and it doesn't get them clients. So somehow it's got to be both. And this is probably the best summary I've come up with for my work, in the heart of it ever. And I think you could find almost all of my work here in this. So that's the thought. I'd really welcome any thoughts or reflections you have below. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I imagine it'll evolve over time, but thought I'd share that with you. Hope it's of some use.